Hello, YouTube divers. This is WaterEye 122, and I want to welcome you back to yet another episode of Magic Metal Mondays. Today, we are going to be going over my top 10 Yes songs. So, kind of self-explanatory here. I'm just going to be going over the 10 Yes songs that I love the most. And this is a little bit different compared to what I've done on my channel before, but I've done something like this on my channel previously, if you remember, for my hard rock and heavy metal songs, my top 100 hard rock and heavy metal songs series that I did a couple weeks ago. You can go check that out if you want to. And I'm going to be doing something similar over here, but instead of doing a top 100, I'm going to be doing a top 10. And this time, we're only going to be focusing on one individual band, and that is Yes. And this will kind of be a trend. I'll do Yes first, and then I'll move on to like a different band or something like that. Album rankings will be coming back soon. I'll likely be doing Green Day very, very soon. So there's that. But without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is Ritual, Nous sommes du Soleil, also known as Side 4 from Tales from Topographic Oceans. And yes, this is off of Tales from Topographic Oceans, my second favorite album of all time. This closes off Tales, and what a way to close out. I mean, it's a freaking amazing song. Everything from the great guitar work to the great harmonies to the crazy percussion section near the end, and that beautiful ending with Steve Howe and John Anderson is kind of speaks for itself. It's just freaking amazing. What more can I say? This is a flawless, epic masterpiece, but it's not my favorite song off of the album. But I do think it's better than the Remembering, and I do think that it's better than the Ancient. It's my second favorite off of this album. What more can I say? This is a freaking flawless song, and I love it. And so it ends here at number 10. Number 9 is Heart of the Sunrise from Fragile. Another great album closure, and another great epic by the band. From everything from the amazing vocal work by John Anderson to the amazing intro from Chris Squire and Steve Howe, and of course the great drum work by Bill Bruford, and the wonderful bass solo that Chris Squire provides after that amazing intro, and the beautiful string synths that Rick Wakeman imposes to beautifully complement Chris Squire's bass work. And you got yourselves a flawless song called Heart of the Sunrise. This is, on paper, one of Yes's greatest songs, and it closes off Fragile in an amazing way. There's not a dull moment on this song, or at least to me, that is. What more can I say about Heart of the Sunrise? It's amazing, but I do think that there are better songs than Heart of the Sunrise. So, let's find out what they are, shall we? Number 8, Awaken from Going for the One. This is yet another phenomenal album closure that Yes did, and another one of my favorite epics from them. It is absolutely freaking amazing. I mean, what more can I say? Everything from the great keyboard work by Rick Wakeman to the amazing guitar work by Steve Howe to the great harmonies to the great drum fills by Alan White. Every moment, every note, every guitar lick, every drum fill, every bass line, every keyboard solo, every vocal line. It just speaks for its own self. It's one of those albums where, it's one of those songs where you can just sit back, listen, where you can just sit back and listen to for several hours. It's one of the easiest epics to get into, in my opinion, and it's so rewarding once you get through it. So, Awaken, coming here at number 8. Number 7, Owner of a Lonely Heart from 90125. Now, this is not only my favorite song off of the 90125 album, but it is my favorite song from the Trevor Rabin era. It is so amazing. And this song was played at Yes's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and it reached number 1 on a rock chart. I can't remember what that rock chart is though. It might be the Billboard Top 100 rock songs or something like that. But who knows? But this song reached the top spot, and it freaking deserves it. It's catchy. The harmonies are great, especially in the chorus. Trevor Rabin is a great guitarist, and he's a great singer. He's a talented musician. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it is repetitive compared to Yes standards. But I don't mind the repetition on this song at all. In fact, I'm quite used to it since I've heard this song so many times. And I actually own a copy of the 90125 album, as I said in my Yes album ranking. So I've heard this song many times. And I don't mind, and like I said, I don't mind the repetition at all. So with that said, Owner of a Lonely Heart comes here at number 7. Number 6, The Gates of Delirium by Relayer. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm wearing my Relayer shirt today. And this is obviously my favorite song off of Relayer. And of course, Relayer is one of my favorite Yes albums. And it basically takes, in this song, The Gates of Delirium, basically takes everything that they did from the previous album, Tales from Topographic Oceans, and they made it more meatier, if that's even a statement, because, I like Tales more than Relayer. But still, The Gates of Delirium just is a great opener from this album. Everything from the amazing guitar work by Steve Howe to that catchy signature riff before the vocals come in. The vocals are also really freaking good. To the Grand Soon section that ends this song and side 1 of Relayer. To the amazing bass work by Chris Squire, to the great keyboard work by the newcomer Patrick Moraz, to the amazing cymbal work, and to the amazing drum fills by Alan White. This is pretty much a grand masterpiece of a song, and it opens up arguably one of the greatest Yes albums ever. So with that said, Gates of Delirium from Relayer coming in here at number 6. Number 5, Roundabout from Fragile. And aside from Owner of a Lonely Heart, this is probably Yes's greatest song, and I could definitely see why. Everything from that amazing acoustic intro by Steve Howe, to the classic bass riff by Chris Squire, to the beautiful vocals and harmonies from John Anderson, Chris Squire, and Steve Howe alike, to the great drum work by Bill Bruford, and of course, the wicked keyboard solos on this song by Rick Wakeman. It speaks for its own self. And to those of you who don't know, that lick on those To Be Continued memes were from Roundabout. On that that was from Roundabout. Yeah, they referred to a Yes song on those memes, but sadly those are kind of dead these days, but who knows. Roundabout, this was the first Yes song I ever heard, and it's what got me into the band. I freaking love this song. Geddy Lee did an amazing job playing this when Yes got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2017. Of course, this was 2 years after Chris Squire had passed away. And Geddy Lee absolutely nailed it. He did an amazing job on this, on that song, and he felt like, and to me, he looked like he was a part of the band. It was freaking amazing. What more can I say? Roundabout, coming here at number 5. Number 4, Yours Is No Disgrace, from the Yes album, a few months before Fragile. Now, you could probably argue that Roundabout is a more superior song compared to Yours Is No Disgrace, but to me, Yours Is No Disgrace is a little bit more catchy, especially with the opening intro. And the vocal harmonies as well, of the grand guitar work by Steve Howe, and the amazing bass work by Chris Squire. To me, I just enjoy this song a little bit more than Roundabout. Even though if you look at the albums that those songs came up with, I prefer Fragile, but over the Yes album. But Yours Is No Disgrace is one of the staples from the Yes album, and I absolutely love it, and it's my favorite song off the album, so there's that. So now we're coming in at number 3, the title track from Close to the Edge, from 1972. This is a freaking masterpiece, and this is really the first meaty epic that Yes ever did. Now this follows up Fragile, and now the album that this came off of, which was Close to the Edge, it followed up Fragile in a really good way, and this might be one of my favorite 18-minute epics of all time. I mean, there is not a dull moment on this song, but my favorite parts are either the first part or the Total Mass Retain, I Get Up or Get Down, something like that. I absolutely love the Total Mass Retain part of this song. The main vocal lines are here, and it's speaks for its own self. It's catchy. The harmonies on here are great. The guitar work is something else. I could go on and on and on about how much I love this album, but gotta move on to the next one, so let's do it. Number 2, Wondrous Stories, from Going for the One. This was the song that turned me into a Yes fan. This song is out of this world. Now, yeah, it's only 3 minutes 40 seconds. It's probably the shortest song on this list, but this is one of those cases where a short song works perfectly. Everything from the Portuguese guitar work by Steve Howe at the start, to the wonderful vocal lines by John Anderson, the amazing bass work by Chris Squire, the grand keyboard Mellotron stuff by Rick Wakeman. But however, Alan White does not really make an impact on this song, and to me that's kind of disappointing, considering he had a lot of great moments on the drum kit. But the rest of the musicianship on this song kind of takes that away, and I really enjoy it. Oh yeah, and also, who doesn't love that electric guitar solo at the end of this song? I certainly do. So with that said, Wondrous Stories from Going for the One comes here at number 2. Number 1, if y'all been playing along on my channel for this long, you already know what my number 1 favorite Yes song is. The Revealing Science of God, Dance of the Dawn, also known as Side 1 of Tales from Topographic Oceans. This song is a masterpiece. And when I was talking about Ritual, how I was saying that Ritual was my second favorite side from Tales, well, this is my favorite side from Tales. And this song is freaking amazing. I mean, from the volume pedal work that Steve Howe does on the guitars, to the amazing harmonies, to the crazy guitar solos, to the crazy keyboard solos, to the great bass lines that are kind of buried back there. You got yourselves one of the greatest progressive rock epics you'll ever hear. Every single moment on this album is, at the very least, great. There are great parts, and then really great parts, and then great parts, and then holy mackerel parts. Yeah, this is a roller coaster of a listen, and it's probably the easiest side off of Tales to get into. It's how I got into Tales from Topographic Oceans. Give this song multiple listens if you can, and I highly recommend that you just, at the very least, listen to chunks from it. Chunks. Because when you listen to chunks, you could come back and listen to the entire song together, knowing what to expect. So, there's that. Revealing Science of God, Dance of the Dawn. Hear it at number 1. My favorite Yes song of all time. And it will definitely stay my favorite Yes song of all time. So, there's that. So, with that said, that concludes my top 10 Yes songs. Thank you. And I will post honorable mentions down in the description below, since I know that I've left off a ton of great songs off of this list. So with that said, that concludes my top 10 Yes songs. Thank you so much for watching this special edition of Magic Metal Mondays, my fellow YouTube divers. This is WaterDive 122 signing out, ready to dive into more fun on YouTube. Thanks for watching.